What's going on, dudes? Nick here, or RJ Gaming, and welcome to a very special video, guys. I've got something awesome to show you, and this is something I've been working on for a long time. I think a lot of you guys are probably going to remember this once I start showing you around a little bit, but if you don't know what I'm doing here, make sure to stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you a few things, and I've got a couple other things that I need your guys' help from. I really need your guys' help, and there's a little contest that's going to be coming up here pretty shortly. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to end it, but I'll describe the contest here in a sec in this video. But first off, let me start off by telling you where I'm at and what I'm doing in here. So if you guys don't remember this world, this is the dungeon server world that we started working on a while ago, and it kind of got put on hold for a while with 1.9 release and everything like that. But let me just show you some of the scenery in here real quick. Like, check this out. Let me get the sun out of your eyes real quick, but we've got some beautiful scenery. Now, this, if you guys don't remember, is the world that we generated from that map. Basically, we had a picture that I drew out, and then we brought it into Photoshop, and then basically rendered an entire world in Minecraft out of it. Now, this is the spawn, this is the starter town, and you're probably like, starter town, what are you talking about, RJ? Well, basically, this is going to be an MMORPG within Minecraft. It's going to be from, if you're familiar with any big MMORPGs like World of Warcraft or stuff like that, it's going to be very similar. You're going to pick a class, and you're going to come into the game, and then you're going to take that class. If you're an archer, then you'll walk around and bow stuff to death, and if you're a warrior, then you'll run around and just like smash stuff. And there's going to be a lot of cool classes like that. There's going to be pet classes. There's going to be just assassin classes, all kinds of little things. There's going to be some magic ones too. And so this is the world that you're going to spawn into. You're going to come in here, and there's going to be NPCs that will teach you skills, different moves. There's going to be NPCs that have quests for you that will buy and sell items. There's just a ton of stuff that is going to happen in this game. So, like I said, this is something that we've been working on a while. This is something that maybe you guys remember from, I'm trying to think of when we live streamed this, but it was a while ago. I'm saying a while, but it's probably like a good 6 to 9 months ago. But this is the spawn building here, which you are looking at in the bottom left corner, which is created by DynMap, which is just an awesome, or DynMap? DynMap? I think it's DynMap. But so this is the little building that you're looking at here. And to give you guys a little bit of scale as to how big this world is, that's the spawn building there. And then there is there's a whole little village made over here. So you got like the docks, and you got buildings and some water and stuff like that. So here's this here. And let me zoom out on the map a little bit just to show you guys where this is all located. So here we go. You can see that there's the house, there's the whole village, and there's the house. And then let me zoom out a little bit more. And then you can see, there we go. You can see pretty much the entire starting zone there. So you can see there's it looked really big before because there's the house, and now it's just a tiny little dot on there. There's the village, and then let me zoom out a lot more for you guys and give you a shot of the entire world. So this is how big the world is. Flying around in creative, you'll see that it takes a long time to get anywhere. You can see my dot slowly moving. And in this world, there's going to be no fly. You're not going to be able to fly around, so you're going to have to walk. So flying in creative is a lot faster than walking, so you can kind of get the scale of this entire build here. And you can see there's different zones. Right now, there's not a ton of detail in it. You can see if I zoom into these little hills here, let's just go in here, and you can see that there's not a lot of detail to them. They're very straight cliffs and stuff, and eventually that stuff's all going to get smoothed out. We've got Joanna on here building right now. We can see, let's zoom in and see if we can see what she's doing. It's being hidden by one of the walls. But, so yeah, you can see you're going to start here in this little town house thing there, and then you're going to learn some of your skills. We've got this village here. There's going to be quests and stuff in there. We've got more little villages coming up over here. Bridal is making an amazing boardwalk. This thing is going to be awesome. I gave him some suggestions for it, and he's just walking away with this thing. It's turning out awesome. So let's actually warp to that real quick. I think it's /warp. Oops, warp city 2. There we go. And here's the boardwalk that he's been working on. So you can see right now, you can see my picture floating around on the boardwalk over here, and it's pretty awesome. So he's going to wrap this around. He's got some ideas for some gates and towers and stuff like that that he's been working on. And we've got a lot of builders working on this, and we frankly don't have enough builders. So that's part of what I need your guys' help on is building. So I'll explain the contest more in a second. I just kind of want to show around a little bit more of the map. And let me just zoom out so you can see where I'm at accordingly. So like I said, that's the big boardwalk. You can see how big it really is here. I mean, it's if you're a player and you're actually on the ground, you can see even run jumping takes you, what is this, 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-ish seconds to run from just this point there from over there. And then if we zoom out, so that's like 10 seconds from there to there. And if we zoom out a little bit more, and a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I think what I did the other day was I started off in spawn, and I ran all the way around this path here, skipping the snow zone, skipping the swamp zone, running through here, skipping, or running down through here. There's another zone, I skipped that zone there. I think it took me 25 minutes to walk the entire path just skipping 3 of the zones. So it's a huge world. And that was run jumping too. That was like running like this, not just like walking it. So it is a enormously huge world. And there's going to be a lot of effort put into it. And I think what we're planning on doing for the launch day is to have the starter zone done, and maybe zone 2, which is the desert zone, and possibly zone 3, which is the snow zone, which is where Joanna was building a second ago. But yeah, so that is the world. As you can see, it is in desperate need of some major detail and stuff. We've got a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be working with to get some stuff in here. Once the coding gets a little bit further along, we're going to be putting NPCs in here and different shops and all kinds of stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of cool stuff in here. Like I said, there's going to be leveling up. If you played our old dungeon server, and I'm talking like the actual RPG dungeon server that we had a while ago, that stuff's going to be in here. What are you doing? I'm recording. But but yeah, so if you played the old dungeon server, you're going to be very familiar with everything. There's how there's different classes and how you level up and how there's different gear for different levels and different stuff like that. But there's also going to be the dungeon system, which I know you guys have been waiting forever for. And the dungeon system will be very similar to how it was before. You create a party, you enter through a portal, and you beat all the bosses. So there's that stuff. So there's going to be dungeons that need to be created. And like this here is not a dungeon. This is just a random cave. I'm pretty terrible at building. I made this one. But yes, this is like a sample of what you're going to see. You're going to walk through here. And right now we're using mob spawners to simulate the spawning of mobs for areas. But for example, like your first quest might be go kill 10 tiny cave spiders. So you have to come in here and kill 10 of those things, and you get some XP, and you level up. So it's going to be a very, very fun game. But yeah, so with that said, guys, it brings me to the next portion of our conversation, which is what I need from you. And I need builders. I mean, we desperately need builders. I mean, we have some very talented builders on our team already, but it's been hard to keep them motivated. And, you know, some of the guys have been doing some great work, but it's such a big world. To give you, again, the perspective of this thing, this is the entire world, and it is, I believe, 2,500 blocks across this way and like 3,500 blocks long. I mean, it's closer to like 3,000 by 4,000 if you include like all the outer edges and points and stuff. So it's roughly like 13 million blocks or something like that that are all custom built in this world. And there's a lot of stuff that is going into making this world. So each zone, like I said, you can see right here, if we zoom in on this mountain range, you can see there's not a lot of detail to it. It's very flat. And then we look at some of the stuff over here, and you've got all these little peaks and valleys and stuff like that in it. So that is the detail that we're putting into it slowly. Like I said, the rendering program just kind of went through and put a lot of just the flat stuff in there, so you can see all these very flat snow mountains and very rounded shapes and stuff that doesn't look natural at all. So what we're doing is, as we do zones, we're going through and putting in all these like crazy little peaks and stuff just to make it look really nice. So that's what we're doing, and we need your guys' help for building. Now, there's 2 ways you can help out. One way that you can get started right away is to go into our creative server and just start building stuff. So let me just go into creative real quick to see if there's any examples that we can get. Hopefully there's like no giant penises or something, because people draw the weirdest stuff, in the server. Why is it night? So basically, what you guys can do is you can come on to creative, you can get a plot, and you can start building stuff. So like this guy here, obviously has some really cool details. So if you want to show off your building skills, come in here. If you don't want to build in a giant world, you could definitely just start building little buildings. We're going to need lots of little buildings, like different teepees, houses, just anything really. So this guy is very good at detail. Like I would love to have someone like this in the world, just walking around, putting in stuff like this around the paths to kind of make it look really nice. Just lots of little touches like that, falling over trees. That's actually kind of a really cool effect. But yeah, so that's the first way, is just to come on to creative and build some crazy stuff. Now, the overall theme that we're going for is very, very old school, very not modern at all. We don't want anything modern. Like this looks really nice. I'm sure if they finish this house, it would look crazy nice in modern house and stuff like that. But we're going for like very rustic themed, I don't know, medieval themed, I guess would be a good word. Just something that looks like it was done by hand, like people that don't have, crazy tools and all that stuff. So that's what we're going for. Very rustic, very medieval, very nice looking as well. We don't want piles of garbage everywhere. So while I love seeing builds like this that are very modern, skyscrapers and stuff like that, it really doesn't fit what we're looking for. So we have a lot of people building stuff like this, and it looks awesome. I'm not going to say that these look bad, but this is not the theme we're going for. So definitely stick to the older school theme, stuff that you'd expect to find if you had to go make your own house in the forest and all you had was like a saw, and that's about it. So if I find more examples, I'll let you guys know. But that's one way. Like I said, all you have to do is come on and just start building little things. We're probably going to use anything that we can find house-wise. So if you guys build little houses, trees, decorations, stuff like that, if you want to make like a giant boulder that looks cool, you could do that stuff. If you want to make trees, definitely custom trees are pretty cool. I've seen some really cool custom trees, and we're going to look for a lot of that stuff as well. So little things like this little thing here, not really sure what that is. It's a little glass house, I guess, kind of cool. But yeah, so different things like that. This is cool, but it doesn't fit the build because we're not building a space-themed anything. But so yeah, that's that. Now, if you don't want to do it in creative, if you really think you want to become a member of our build team, then all you have to do is apply. I believe Barbecue is in charge of that right now, so if you are interested in becoming a member of our build team, all you have to do is look for Barbecue Q when he is on, talk to him, and he should be able to tell you what we're looking for exactly. So if you don't want to come onto the creative server and just build little things like this, if you actually want to try to become a member of our build team, definitely talk to either, I think currently Barbecue Q is the person who's in charge of that. So if you want to become a permanent member of the team, all you have to do is talk to Barbecue and apply. He's got a link. There are requirements that we're looking for in people that build. One of the best ways to get accepted is to show us what you can do. So if you just come onto the server for the first time ever and you're like, hey, I want to build for you guys, we're probably going to be like, let me see what you can do. And unless you've got a portfolio already, it's going to be kind of hard for you to show us all the cool stuff you can make. Because even though you could say that I can make crazy stuff like this little tower here, I mean, how are we supposed to know that unless you actually show us? So that's why I say start off in creative, show us some of the stuff you can do, and then apply. But it doesn't mean you can't try anyways. So talk to Barbecue. I believe there's a form that you fill out with some of the information about it. But yeah, we're looking for people that do everything. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm not that great of a builder, but I am really good at landscapes. And as you saw in the map down here, there are tons of landscapes. Everything currently is just very flat. You can see not a ton of detail in here. But that's all stuff that someone could go through and start changing. Add little bits of decoration, change some blocks and stuff like that. So there's a lot of roles. There's that stuff. There's, look, obviously building houses. There's sculpting the land. But then there's also stuff like decorating insides of houses, which I suck at. I'm not going to lie. But some people are very, very talented. Let's see if we can find a house. So let's check out this little pink house here. Okay, not much going on inside there. But so yeah, if you are talented at decorating interiors, I mean, that's other stuff that you can apply for as well. and show that, okay, so I'm not great at building houses, but I can make a house. And like this one here is a very good example. You can see they've got counters and stuff like that. Now, obviously, we won't have flat screen TVs and refrigerators, but I mean, there is a lot of need for little details like that. So again, if you guys want to support this project and see this thing become a reality, then definitely apply. We need all the help we can get. Like I said, even if you don't get accepted into the build team, definitely come on creative, because if you start showing us what you can do on creative, then there's a very good chance that we might actually eventually accept you into the build team. Because there's a lot of people that were like, I'm not really sure if they'd be a good fit, but then if we see some of their work and we're like, wow, that's impressive, then that might actually change our minds. So, kind of cool. Kind of really cool project. I'm actually super, super, super excited about this, guys. I really can't explain how excited I am about this, because there's just, I don't know, I've wanted to do this for so long, and up until now, we never really had the staff team or the servers to even handle a project like this. Somebody just go back there, server builder. Once you get accepted as a builder, you'll be whitelisted on the server, and you'll be given access to get to it. But yeah, there's just so much stuff that we're going to be doing on this server, and it's all so awesome. Like I said, there's really not much to show other than I'll just go back to spawn and show you guys this again here. So this is, like I said, the zone that we're trying to focus on, the most the heaviest amount of effort is getting put into this zone here. And it's turning out really, really beautiful. Now, a lot of this stuff was done by Chaos Carl. So, Chaos Carl, if you're watching this, we need your help, man. And also, if you guys are a professional build team, if you guys actually have an entire team that you think would want to help out with this project, let me know. We're trying to go for volunteers right now, just because this project is probably going to take so long to complete. But if you guys require payment, then you better have some kind of a really nice portfolio to show what you guys can do, and two, be able to back up what you're saying you can do. But yeah, so with that said, guys, if you're interested in building stuff, hop on creative, please. Start building lots of little things. If you tweet me the coordinates of your builds, then that would be great. That way I can just hop on creative and say, oh wow, that's awesome, copy that. Because it's really easy to copy stuff between our servers now. So we can just copy stuff from creative, push it right over to this box, paste it in, and then we can paste in your trees and your buildings and everything else that you guys have. So sorry that this is actually a really long video, guys. There's so much detail about this project that I want to get out there. And we're also looking for other stuff too. So even if you don't have anything to do with building, you hate building, but you have other skills, such as if you've created custom resource packs, because that's something that we really don't have currently, and it's something that we really want. So if you guys know anyone that makes custom resource packs, let me know, especially if you guys are good at 3D modeling and stuff like that, because I know a lot of servers have custom 3D models, and that's something that we're also going to get into. Because yeah, I mean, if we go into our menu and we grab a diamond sword, we're like, oh, okay, that diamond sword is cool, but imagine if this diamond sword had some like crazy 3D shape to it. I think that would be even cooler, because imagine doing a dungeon, you kill the boss and it opens up with the loot table, and instead of just a diamond sword, you see a crazy curved sword, or some giant sword, or a dagger, or a crazy looking bow, or stuff like that. So there's so many possibilities with this thing that we want to do. And eventually, guys, right now we don't have anything set up. Eventually we're thinking about maybe starting like a Kickstarter, or just something to try to raise some funds to be able to pay people to create these custom texture packs and stuff like that, as well as if we have to hire build teams to do that as well. So right now it's not set up. I'm not really planning on doing it right now, but if you guys want to help out, let me know. I could probably set up some kind of a donation link. Everything would help at this point, because this is going to be a huge project. And overall, that's all I have to say. I think this video is probably close to, what, like 25 minutes-ish? Again, sorry, guys. Sorry. Lots of information out there. But, yeah, so what we're planning on doing is, again, having an MMORPG where you start as a certain class, you go to different areas, do different quests, you follow through the world, you go from Zone 1 to Zone 2. I think there's 10 zones currently, and each one will have its own unique theme and its own unique creatures and different quests and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play, and I'm really excited about it. And I think what we're going to do is start off with Zone 1, and then perfect Zone 1, and then release Zone 2 as an expansion, and then move on from there. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be huge. Originally, we were trying to do the whole thing all at once and then release it together, and I just realized there's absolutely no way we could do that. So like I said, what we'll probably do is, like, during the beta, we'll probably put a wall all the way across here and make it so you can't get into Zone 2. And then we'll have a Zone 2 release party where we release that, and it'll unlock new levels and gear and skills and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And then each new zone will basically be like restarting the game, because, you know, this current max for Zone 1 might be 10, and then you get into Zone 2 and the current max is 20, so now you have 10 more levels to do, and each zone's going to have at least one dungeon, possibly 2. So then you get to do stuff with some of the new dungeons and things. So there's just going to be so much stuff involved, and if I could get away from the building, then I could actually really get into the coding, because right now I've been spending a lot of time coming on, trying to do different builds and stuff like that, and it's just taking up a lot of my time. So if I could get away from the building, that would be a huge help. If you guys actually stuck around and watched this entire video, again, I am so sorry that it was so long. This was supposed to be like a quick 5 to 10 minute video, and it turned into what it is now. But like I said, lots of information, lots of cool things happening, guys. And let me know, like I said, if you want to help out either as a builder or as a texture pack creator or even as a donator. Just let me know, and we can get things rolling to get this project going. But this thing is going to be so much fun. I'm excited to be able to go and play this thing, and I just love walking around the map because I always just see new things like this. So you're going to see lots of little camps and stuff like this out there. So cool stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you actually made it all the way through the video, I feel like we should type something in chat like, I survived this video, or something like that, because technically this was probably one of my longer videos that is not even really gameplay related. It's just me talking about things I want to play in the game. But yeah, so if you guys made it this far, let me know. And yes, also let me know if you guys are interested in helping out. And I'll see you guys later on. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given so far. I look forward to seeing the stuff that we can get to next. Goodbye, everybody.